So we're going to talk about plotting the blue in the middle, running off these two cushions with running side, which is what you see on the TV. And we were saying yesterday that it's a very, very specific angle that you need to achieve that shot. So if you go around that side, it will be a bit easier to explain it. And of course, every set of table conditions will determine maybe a slightly different cue ball position, a few millimetres one way or the other, that makes the shot possible or not possible.
Yeah.
Because the cue ball may be a different way. There might be a ditch in the spot that throws the cue ball wider.
Okay.
The cushions will react at slightly different angles, so there are a lot of variables. And that takes experience to recognise how different tables play differently. But learn it on one table first and then go from there. So I'm going to select, we'll try this angle actually, because that's not too far away. I think it might hit that one. If I play up here with this much, that's what they're doing. Problem is, if you play over here with more side, you get a slight stun effect. The shot won't work. So it's top spin based, not side spin based.
Right.
If you don't hit virtually maximum top spin, there's no speed in the white ball. You'll never open the reds.
Yes.
So that was a good estimate, but many years of practicing it, so you get to know what the angle's going to look like. So actually that is the perfect angle. Now, let's compare that to if we played at pocket speed with, pack speed only with no side. Well, you get the same result. If we play it with no side, let's see what happens. We're going to do, so there we did this. Yeah. Now let's do this. See what happens. It's interesting, isn't it? And again. Add the blue again.
Yeah, that's right.
Interesting, isn't it? So we get slightly different reactions, and with or without side, and also less speed on the cue ball with this than with side. Agreed?
Yes, yes, definitely. Because when you play the shot with top 4 but less speed, you did hit the pack without side. But of course with less power, probably. Because running side also increases the power, right?
Yeah, it also changes the angles of both cushions. So the side will make it steeper.
Yeah.
So with side it's there, without side it's there, so it comes through here. Let's play pack speed again. Get the same result. Really interesting, isn't it? How the different reactions send the white at different speeds, send the white in different directions.
Yeah, and I think it's probably it has to do with the cushions as well. Of course, if the cue ball comes with the more speed, the cushions react differently.
Yeah,
so many variables, really.
Yeah. So now let's move the white so that we hit more to the centre of the pack. Right. So I reckon let's move that 2 millimetres. Doesn't make much difference, does it? Let's move it a little bit more. 4 millimetres. Of course, let's do 2 again. But I didn't quite put the same amount of side as I did the first time I played it, so a touch more side. Yes, it does make a difference, doesn't it? It was here, not here.
More in the centre.
Yeah, so if we go 4 millimetres, then in theory that should hit the edge of the pack. Let's do that, look, there we are. So if we go...
Yeah, so that would be very interesting, because in a situation where a player has this kind of an angle on the blue, he knows he probably couldn't do this shot because he would maybe open the reds, but the white would go back into bulk.
Yeah.
So different, so difficult to recognize.
Yeah, and it all assumes that we're potting the blue
in the center pocket, yeah, of course.
So this is 4 millimetres thinner, same height, same side, same speed, which is, we're back here again.
Right. Yeah, a bit more towards.
So we're talking millimetres
Yeah.
that determines the success or failure of the shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I guess if you had like the white, like here for example, would be too much of an angle, you're probably going off.
Yeah, I mean, look, why, let's go to the question, why would players do this? Even if you knew that it was possible and that you had the correct angle, and that takes an ability to pot that. Well, with side, you have to know how much to compensate the aim to pot its centre pocket. Your cueing has to be reliable enough to do that. You have to be able to hit the same speed consistently to learn what angle gives what result. And you have to recognise that angle to within 1 or 2 millimetres. That only comes with experience and playing it a few thousand times on different tables. But why would players do this? Because from here, I mean, I could go directly into the pack. But we've got pros and cons. So what are the benefits and disadvantages of?
The benefit is you don't need to use any side, so you don't need to compensate.
Yep.
You can strike the white more plain ball. There isn't the risk of miscuing.
Yeah, because you're not on the edge of the ball yet.
Yeah.
What else?
I think, well, the speed is pretty much the same. Or is it? No, maybe it's a bit less powerful to go direct.
It is.
Yes.
Because we are... What angle is that? That's probably... You got the blue? Yeah. So that's probably only a 20-degree angle. Less, maybe. I mean, it would be great to say a 90-degree angle on this gives you the correct shot, and then you could get your protractor out and measure 19 degrees, and you would know if it's correct. But every table plays differently, and set of balls can sometimes play differently as well. But from here, that's not really enough angle to open the pack. If you got 3 or 4 reds, yes, but if they're quite tightly packed, you can get more speed for the same cue speed. You'll get more cue ball speed going off the 2 cushions. Yeah. And the other danger, what's the other danger that I actually demonstrated there of going direct?
Well, it's a smaller target probably, because you need to hit the pink full in the face, and off 2 cushions, the pack is pretty
massive
big.
target, and you can never go in off
Exactly.
playing that shot.
Yeah.
It's impossible. And you can never leave the white on the top or side cushion either.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so pros and cons. I don't know what I would do, probably.
Well, it all depends. When your game reaches a stage that your cueing can compensation with side, being able to hit the correct height, speed consistent, and recognising that angle, that's the toughest part of it all.
Yeah.
Those sound hard enough, but recognising that angle is what takes the most time, because it's such a small window.
I would probably play it directly.
That's the safest option, yeah. Unless you know for certain that the angle is on. When your game reaches that level, then it is the correct shot to play.
Okay.
Okay.
Because if I was, let's say, straighter on the blue, I could play it with top 4 and left hand side and come off just 1 cushion.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a place where from here, yeah, we could probably play just +4.
Yeah.
But then this needs so much speed.
Yeah, of course.
And then if we're a little bit thicker than that, then you do need side to open the angle. That's even tougher.
Yeah. And maybe there's also the danger you put so much topspin on the cue ball. Once you hit the first cushion, there's still topspin on, and it decelerates the cue ball.
Good point, although that's not an issue. That wheel spinning effect of the cue ball, where it hits the blue and it's wheel spinning, it takes time then to accelerate and turn into natural roll. There's then no spin.
Natural roll, okay,
so it will
be natural roll once
it will be. By the time it reaches here, there's no spin. It's rolling at the same speed that it's moving.
Okay.
Yeah. If your ball was here, then yes.
Then maybe, yeah.
Then yes, it's still overspinning when it hits the cushion, so it's still got excess topspin when it hits the cushion, and it will retard the motion of the cue ball.
Of course, Stephen Lee comes to mind. Long pot into the corner. It was on a collar, I think. He needed to spread some reds open.
Yeah, it was here, wasn't it? It was. Yeah, it was that pocket, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And he needed to open.
And open these fantastic shot. But again, that shot is, you have to know that this is practicing and having fun with that.
Yeah.
At this angle, it's going to go more or less there, so he knows pretty much that it's going to go quite close to the red. But to execute it is a different matter.
Yeah, Jimmy White as well.
Yeah, the yellow. There's the banana yellow, isn't there?
Yeah.
From here, where he pops the yellow and then comes. Was it the green on the side cushion?
I don't know. I think I can't really remember which card, but yeah.
Anyway, we're going sideways in the conversation, but but all these things are being able to recognise it by practicing it a few hundred or a few thousand times. But if you're thinking about opening the pack from the side cushion, you're out of position. You're too straight on the blue. So get better position next time. Yeah. Okay, let's get you playing some of those. Right then, your turn. Just do that. Easy enough, isn't it? Okay. Bet you can't do that again.
Well, you wouldn't be surprised.
What happened there then?
Well, I think I put blue thick.
Slightly, yeah, that is correct.
So maybe... But I went along the T angle too much, actually. Because when the top spin kicked in, it sent me towards the pocket.
No, because...
It should have been too thin.
No, because you played that a little bit less speed than I did.
Right. Okay.
That'd be even less T-angle travel, wouldn't it?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So obviously it's gone along the T-angle for some time before the topspin pulls it off that 90-degree angle to the blue. So what happened was, you were aiming here, but you hit down here. Slight stun effect.
Yeah. Probably afraid of miscuing.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a natural fear. So look, let's play one more and see where we go.
Okay.
Remember, it's all in the backswing. Control takeaway. Keep it on line, keep it on the same level. Piston action through to the chest. Much better.
Yes! Yes!
Well done.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
That deserves a handshake.
Yes, absolutely.
Well done. So what does that feel like?
Well, I feel like a pro, basically.
No better feeling in the world.
Yeah. Well, how did the white finish there? I don't know, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, just because you hit the edge of the pack, this edge of the pack, and it.
Yeah, I've never been able to do that. Never. I've tried it before. Many times I went in off. So probably I wasn't striking exactly.
That's usually the case because players are scared of the miscue.
Yeah.
So they dip slightly on delivery.
Yes.
Congratulations, you achieved your dream.
Nick Barrow's Aim Frame, a revolutionary new way to learn potting angles in seconds. Use the Aim Frame to quickly and easily correct eye alignment, angle recognition, cue delivery. Tested over 4 years using a custom-designed precision robot, we've created a product that is fast, simple, and works for everyone. Nick Barrow's Aim Frame. Learn potting angles in seconds.